Hi, in this video we are going to learn about directions of integration. So in the previous video we have learned about what is mean by integration, in what way integration is going to help business, right? So integration generally helps two systems or two softwares to communicate with each other. So when we are discussing about communication, then here comes the question, what about the direction of communication, right? So that's what we are going to discuss in detail in this particular video. So generally, direction of integrations consists of two types. One is outbound and another one is inbound. Let's discuss about outbound. Let's say from Salesforce, we are going to make a call to an external system. From Salesforce, if we are going to send a request to a third party system or third party application, then it is generally called as outbound integration. From Salesforce, we are making a call out. So the call out may be done to retrieve your data or update your data or delete your data. It's a different story. So if you are going to make a request from Salesforce to third party system, then we generally call it as outbound integration. Just opposite to this, inbound integration. If any third party system needs some data from Salesforce, they will be communicating, they will be sending their request to Salesforce. If any request is coming to Salesforce, then we call it as inbound integration. If any request goes outside of Salesforce, we call it as outbound integration. If any request is coming into Salesforce, we call it as inbound integration. Let's discuss this in detail with the use case. For example, in this particular use case demonstration, we are going to use Salesforce and Stripe. So Stripe basically a payment gateway which we will be using in the integration videos to do the end-to-end integration between Salesforce and Stripe. For example, in your presentation, you are seeing Salesforce is making a request to Stripe, right? So a request is going from Salesforce to Stripe, going out from Salesforce. This is called as outbound, right? The request is going to Stripe. Stripe is trying to do some request based on what Salesforce asked. Then it is sending the response back. So this type of integration is called as outbound integration. We are making a request from Salesforce to external third party system. So let's take the scenario. ABC industry is using Salesforce to manage their business. As part of their business enhancement, the company is using Stripe as their payment gateway. So ABC Industries, once the opportunities are closed, they are, asking the customers to release the payment. The payment is entirely managed by Stripe, the payment gateway system. That's a third party system. So to do that, first we need to manage the customer information in Stripe. So ABC Industries wanted to automate this process. So what their request is, whenever there is a contact record created in Salesforce, they wanted to automate in such a way that the customer information is created in Stripe also. Rather than going into Stripe and manually creating the customer information, ABC Industries is asking to automate this business. So what is the expectation at the end of the day? Whenever there is a contact record created in Salesforce, Salesforce should do an outbound integration. Should do an outbound request to Stripe. Stripe will create the customer information or customer record and send the status back to Salesforce. So this is a typical example for outbound integration. Let me quickly show you how this system really works. So I have already pre-implemented, in the org, and I will show you the integration, how it works. This is then end-to-end integration between Salesforce and Stripe. I will show you. In the future videos, we will be building the same from scratch. So let me quickly go to the browser. So this is basically, I have two windows here. One is Salesforce. In another window, I have Stripe open. So Stripe is a third-party system, as I told you earlier. So it is a payment gateway system. So the Stripe is used to manage customer information, as well as Stripe is used by ABC Industries to process the payment also. So let the Stripe to load. So this is the dashboard of Stripe. So in the Stripe, we have an option called the customers. The customers will list out what are the customers you have in the Stripe. So currently I have 2 customers here. The expectation is if there is a new customer is going to be created, a new contact is created in Salesforce through outbound integration, the request should go to Stripe, and Stripe should create the customer and send the response back. So let's do this. I'm going to create a new contact. I'm going to click a new contact, and I'm going to enter the contact last name, which is a required field, as AJEST. So AJST as of customer. So this is the customer record, contact record I'm going to create, and I'm going to give an email also. For example, I'm going to give the email as ashok@ajst.com. So let me try to click save. So once I click save, through integration, an outbound call will be made to Stripe. So the outbound call reaches Stripe, and Stripe will try to create a contact or a customer record, which is a request coming from Salesforce. Let's quickly switch to Stripe, refresh and check. Let's see whether the customer record just now we have created in Salesforce, right? That is created inside Stripe or not. Let's refresh the dashboard and let it load. Once it is loaded, it will give us a clarity whether it has created a contact record or customer record in Stripe or not. So yes, see here, AJSTSF customer. Email is ashok@ajst.com. So an outbound integration happened from Salesforce to Stripe. Salesforce sends the contact name as well as the contact email to Stripe system, which is a third-party system. The third-party system created a contact record, and it is showing the customer information in the dashboard. So meanwhile, after creating the contact record, it will send the response back, and the response will reach us Salesforce, and you are able to see the respective customer ID in Salesforce. Let me quickly go back to the presentation. We'll explain it now. So I have created a contact record in Salesforce. Once the contact record gets created through integration, a request was made to Stripe. It's an outbound, right? A request was made to Stripe, and Stripe created the customer record, and it sends the customer ID back, and the customer ID is updated in the contact record in Salesforce. So we were able to achieve ABC Industries requirement with the help of outbound integration. So next scenario, what we are going to look here is an inbound integration. So inbound integration means a request will generally come from third-party system into Salesforce. The request may try to get some information from Salesforce, or it may try to update some information inside Salesforce, or it may try to update or delete a record in Salesforce. So basically, a request will come from third-party system into Salesforce. See here, a request is coming from third-party system, from Stripe into Salesforce. Salesforce do some process according to the request and send the response back to Stripe. Just opposite of outbound integration. Now Salesforce will act as a source of data. It will process the data and it will send the response back. These kinds of integration is generally called as inbound integration. Let's see an example. Similar to the ABC Industries previous requirement. It's a continuous requirement. So the customer was created in Stripe, and after that, the customer is going to buy a product, and if they are going to buy a product, that will be stored in the opportunity. So let me go to opportunity, and we'll show you. Let's say, for example, let me come here in the opportunities. Let me open, one of the record. So this is an AJST opportunity. So I have already created this opportunity, and this opportunity is marked as closed won. This opportunity marked as closed won, automatically a Stripe payment link was created. So I haven't showcased you how this payment link was created. So we will see that when we are implementing it. What I am trying to showcase you in this particular, inbound integration is the customer will try to pay using this Stripe, right? The customer will pay using Stripe link. So payment will made in the Stripe payment gateway. Once the payment was done, the payment status should be sent to Salesforce. So an inbound request will be made to Salesforce. In Salesforce, we have a checkbox called Stripe payment completed. Once the payment completed, automatically this checkbox should be checked. So Stripe will send a request to Salesforce saying that this customer completed the payment. Please update his payment status. What Salesforce will do? Salesforce will select this checkbox. So this is generally called as inbound integration. So in the inbound integration, customer is making a payment in Stripe, and once the payment completed, Stripe is going to send the status to Salesforce. Salesforce will update, and the updated status will send us a response back to Stripe. This is what explained in the scenario. So I'm not going to show you how payment link will be generated. Just I'm going to show you the payment process. Imagine now the customer is going to do the payment. So what he will do, generally he will receive this payment link in his email. As of now, for demonstration, I'm going to copy paste this link. I'm going into a new window and I'm going to paste this payment. Okay. So once I enter this link, from Stripe, payment processing window will open. So this payment processing window is coming from Stripe. Now I need to enter my card information, right? I'm able to see what is the current amount, what's the opportunity name, all the informations are being displayed here. This is already, communicated, right? So that's why the payment link was generated. What I'm trying to showcase you again here is what will happen if a payment was completed in Stripe. Okay, so I need to enter the card information. First, let me give an email. For example, I'm going to give my email here, and then the card information, I'm going to use a dummy card here, and the expiry date, I'm going to give it as 26, and the CVV, I'm going to enter a CVV. This is a dummy card and dummy CVV. Don't try this. Okay, and let's say for example AJST is the name, and I'm going to do the process. If I click the payment processing will be completed in Stripe, and the status will be sent as an inbound integration to Salesforce. Salesforce will update it in the opportunity record. Let's see that. I'm going to click pay. The payment is being processed. Once it is completed, you will get the confirmation from Stripe in the same window. So now you are seeing that the payment was completed, right? So thanks for your payment. Now what Stripe will do, since we have already implemented the inbound integration, Stripe will send this request back to Salesforce. So once the inbound request comes to Salesforce, what Salesforce will do? Salesforce will update this checkbox. Let me try to refresh and see whether the checkbox is checked or not. So let's Salesforce to load. So this is a demonstration for inbound integration. So if everything is perfectly done and the integration is perfectly working, then you will check the payment status completed. See here, this checkbox is automatically checked now. So this payment link was successfully processed by Stripe and the status is updated into Salesforce. Let me quickly go to the presentation and show you the inbound integration once again. So the customer is doing the payment in the Stripe. It's a third-party system. So now, due to the inbound integration, the status was sent to Salesforce. Salesforce captured the data and it is updating the information and sending the response back to Stripe. Since a request is coming into Salesforce, these type of integrations are called as inbound integration. I hope this video might have given you some clarity on what is meant by integration, what is meant by inbound integration, what is meant by outbound integration, how inbound and outbound integration can help your business to solve their business problem. In the upcoming videos, we will be seeing more details about integration.
If you are interested to learn Salesforce, visit AJ Skill Development website. There you can find our course curriculum and you can come to know about the list of courses we are offering. We are offering Salesforce Administrator and Salesforce Development courses. To know about us and the team, you can visit our About Us section. This is an organization we are doing Salesforce training from 2018, and we have trained and guided 2000 plus candidates so far. And if you also want to know about our placement assistance, visit our placement assistance section where you can find the list of people and the category. You can see the list of people who got trained and placed from our side. You can also visit their LinkedIn pages to get to know about our training and also the feedback from the relevant trainees. Okay. And also, if you want to do the course inquiry, click on contact us. You will see the form. You can fill the form and submit the inquiry. Our team will get back to us. Thank you.